Okay, I think it's 4:35, so we're just going to get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us at this Construction Quality Week event. Sorry for the mishap on the registration. Some people were not able to register properly, and some didn't get the Zoom link. And that's why I was busy sending people the Zoom link. I hope that we can take care of those issues and problems in the future. Just to recap of what we did in the week of Construction Quality Week, which was the first one that we've done in CQM community, we invited the well-known people and the very important people that are in the industry and the quality industry to come and discuss the different perspectives that they have on the construction quality and how they improve the work that they do in their companies. Whether they are in management, technical, engineering. And we had a very national and international actually event where people from different backgrounds and different perspectives joined us, and they gave us a very good perspective. So I really want to thank all of our guests for making this a memorable event, an insightful event. All those videos are available for you to watch on our YouTube channel. And I am going to kind of take some of the main point of those discussions and go briefly over them for you here. And hopefully we can discuss more on each topic if it's of interest to you. Now, as mentioned again, we are a small community growing. Last year, November 19th was our start in Wayne State University when we all gathered and discussed the need for a construction community where we can improve our quality and the way we do business with best practices that are available, making network and connections with each other. So hopefully participating in programs like this and our future programs, which is on a quarterly basis. So the next event that we are going to have is going to be in March, and the next one in June, and then September, and then instead of December, we do it in November, because after Thanksgiving, we know how everybody's busy with different programs and different events and activities. And actually, one of the reasons that this event was a little bit difficult for people to join was because we put it on a Friday afternoon, and a lot of people sent me messages saying that it was a little bit difficult with family functions and different things that they had to do over the weekend to join us. So feedback like that helps us to improve our program. So if you prefer the Tuesday meetings that we have, please make sure that you go to the cqm.us/feedback and submit your feedback to us, so we can take those comments into consideration for improvement. And hopefully in that form, you can also give us some of your ideas and thought of what would like to be discussed in these meetings, and what are the new trends and topics that you'd like to discover and have our discussion panelists discuss those as we are getting together in these different events. So again, the purpose of our meeting is to collaborate, exchange ideas. Hopefully you get involved either as a panelist or speaker, or just promoting the outcomes of these meetings and in your companies and your communities, and hopefully improve the way we do business in construction. And then this is, again, as we mentioned, these are all volunteer work that we do. It's to give back to the community, as our PMI philosophy states, that we need to give back to the community and do our networking and make sure that we have a good mentor and mentee relationship, meaning that a lot of the people that are joining us are either students or emerging professionals that wish to gain some insight about how to to improve themselves and where to go with their career path. So, and eventually our CQM community will come up with all the white papers and case studies and all the videos and information that would be useful for you and your organization as training material or just a standardization to increase profitability. And then we're going to discuss sustainability of how the people, planet, and profit need to be balanced in anything that we do, so we gain as much satisfaction in the things that we do as people and organization and community. So we had a lot of good discussions in the different talks that we had. We called it Quality Talk with Quality Professionals. But the main ideas and the main points that were discussed and a lot of people mentioned in their talk, if I wanted to put the importance on any one of these items would be injustice to another. So all of these are important topics. All of them are important and a part of this whole CQM methodology and philosophy. But what we need to understand is the first thing that we need to do for our organizations is to implement a good quality culture. And this quality culture just doesn't happen one night. You need to really think about the values and the objectives and the strategy of the company, come up with a good philosophy and what methodology you're going to use in order to improve your processes. And then you have to look at it as an integrated system and have a holistic approach of all the aspects. And we discussed the PMOs and project manager office and how they can help in improving the way that we do the tasks that we have in the projects. Now, two things were mentioned a lot because we had both people from the industry and academic and educators, and it was interesting that to have both perspectives, but everybody emphasized that both experience and education is important. They go hand in hand. It's a yin and yang where you have to synergize between the two. But the important thing is to have the right experience. So to get the right experience in the right direction, you need the proper training, and you need to sharpen your saw with good training and learn new best practices. And then to use that experience, you need to collect lessons. You can't just go through learning different experiences and not having a knowledge management where you can collect these lessons for future benefit. Now, the most important talk that we had, actually it was our last talk, it was recognition and rewards for doing a good quality program or having a good quality culture. Because if your company does not recognize or does not reward people that are attempting to improve quality, people that are coming forward with the issues and mistakes that they made or improvements that they think of, then they are going to be fearful of discussing that with others. And they think that it might badmouth or even make their teammates look bad. So your purpose of improving the quality culture should actually help to drive out the fear that most people feel when they want to talk about quality and the issues or mistakes and problems that they had. So that was like one of the most important discussions and topics that we had. And also the final thing that we always are emphasizing on is that we need to have a good network. And what we mean is, as we were talking with a few of our friends, we need to talk about quality any chance we get. We need to promote our quality mindset and the quality excellence that we preach in any point that we have with good topics, good discussions, good storytelling. We had a very nice story from Leslie, as she mentioned how and repeating the same process without knowing why we do something is going to be a problematic for us. So having those stories ready, having those experiences ready to share with people. Just an interesting thing that happened in last week was that I picked on a very minor issue on a pipe installation in our job site, and I was talking about a certain section of the pipe installation, but the foreman was so smart that he took that word and he realized that be a very dangerous risk if these two pipes don't go the way that they're supposed to go, and because they go into a long distance. He went all the way through and he discovered that there were few areas that the engineer missed on his drawings, and he needs to fix those things. So just giving each other that point, that other those tips, makes all of us improve, and then you can be better as a team. So again, all the different systems that we talked about, whether it's U.S. Army Corps of Engineer, whether it's PMI, the total quality management, the new lean construction, we welcome all of those different methodologies. And we believe that the PMBOK framework has the capability of putting all of these things together in a good, proper system with its input and output and tools and technique method, the ITTO method, and just putting the whole thing together, your philosophy and strategy to become methodology and procedures, and how you use a good framework and process to implement all those different methodologies, and use the proper tools and techniques, and collect the right data through your different procedures that you have with the best practices that you're practicing. Generate the right report and get that report to become information, and the information to become wisdom. That becomes your business intelligence that you would need to feed back to the system again, and make that into a continuous improvement cycle where everybody, the executives, directors, managers, engineers, and supervisors, are key elements of making this thing work as a system. So as this thing shows, I mean, I just went over it very briefly, but that was one of the discussions that we had in our last year's presentation, and we continue to do the same thing, discuss how continuous improvement is important. Now, how can we put all these things together, whether it's sustainable thinking, it's the different methodologies that we have, the improving our project outputs and the business outcomes, all that thing is a complete system. And it's not just the QMS, which is the quality manual and plan and checklist. That's why we were mentioning that this meeting would be beneficial to a lot of project management professionals, even from other industries, just to take us as a benchmark of how we think and how we would like to implement a good quality management program. And as you can see, we don't even discuss anything about construction or the technical aspect of construction. This is just the mindset and thinking about systems and how to improve it. And then as we had in our previous discussions, where we met in June's meeting with Barton Mello, and they discussed their PMO and how they benefit from having a good PMO. We are again emphasizing that to implement a good quality program, you need to have a good project management office. And then we discussed the CQM in November. We had a very good program. Then we went virtual actually after March, and we did a virtual program on BIM for CQM. And then we did another one for project control. So we had very different variety of technical and managerial aspects of improving quality in our organizations. And as mentioned, things like what we discuss now with the quality culture, our emphasis on the construction quality week is to improve our quality culture in our organizations, and understanding how we should define those values, how to train our staff with the expectations that we have, how to trim and customize that QMS system within a good quality PMO, how to collect that knowledge and make those lessons work for us for the shared best practices, and regularly communicate it with our people to get feedbacks from them. and then drive out fear and make recognition programs and rewarding quality efforts a part of our quality management system. So hopefully you enjoyed the videos that we had on our YouTube channel, and now you get a chance to talk to our speakers live. One thing that I really want to emphasize again is our future events are listed as you can see on the screen. So if you have any suggestions, you can send me your feedback in the link as mentioned, cqm.us/feedback, and suggest any topics that you might have. And if you are part of an organization that promotes any of these things, for example, I know Rita Brown is with us today, and she's with the National Women in Construction. Maybe if you have panelists that you can introduce to us.